Hey, it's me again. Your guide of light to help you through the night with intuitive messages from me to you. So, last night I was playing solitaire on my phone, and I started out playing the regular game where you have to get the kings on the table and the aces up top. And then it said, "Oh, a new journey has opened up." And I was like, why not? Because those games are like real fast. So, I started playing and it said finish the game, and I was like, I can't finish the game. Like, there's no kings. And I had to restart it, and then I saw the box had a 10, and I was like, oh, okay, so move the 10 over. So since I didn't realize the rules had changed, I know the rules of the game, but they had been slightly altered. And I was like, hey, okay. So adjust the game, right? So play a couple more games and follow all the instructions that pop up at the top. So then when it happened again, I was like, oh, I got you this time, because I had to move the 8s to the table. So my point in sharing this is that you might know the rules to the game, but you got to be careful because they can fluctuate. And that's the game of life in itself, that we sit here and we're like, okay, I know I need to make money. I know I need to pay my bills. I know I need to provide food and shelter and clothing and everything that my household needs. But adjusting the rules means everyone gets to be happy. Everyone gets to feel excited, not just feel those negative emotions because I'm busy right now or whatever it is. You have to learn to adjust what the rules are. And as you become more flexible with these rules, you start seeing that life kind of opens up to you, and it's something that the challenge in itself isn't so challenging anymore. And even today, I have sang for about 3 hours straight to keep my 2 babies that cry all the time from crying. And it's funny because they go on autopilot, when I'm saying, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, and automatically they just they forget that they're upset or uncomfortable. So if you notice that there's something that works for you, your household, your friends, your family group, whatever it is, something that makes somebody comfortable, try to provide that for them when they're uneasy, because we all have the ability to make each other comfortable and uncomfortable. And of course, we all want to feel comfortable, but it's through that discomfort that we overcome fears or that we can actually grow a little bit, that we can start looking at life differently and be like, okay, I am okay here. And that's something that my babies are having to learn. They're okay. They're in a safe environment. But like I said, I'm having to be flexible with the rules to where it's helping them. And as much as I haven't enjoyed singing all morning, but nonetheless, it helped keep me from being like, by the time I'm leaving, because I would rather them be comfortable, than for me to feel like I'm about to lose it. Because if you've ever been around one screaming child, you're over there like, can you shut it up? Or like, how does it stop? Now try 6. And out of those, they're randomly upset. So this is where you have to change the game. You have to act silly. You have to make them feel to where they're not thinking. They're not realizing the situation. And that's with everybody, because we have trying moments in life. We have moments that we have to push through. And I know we've all been through something that on the outside of it or the back end of it, it's like, I don't know how I did that. Like, I don't know how, but I'm proud of myself for that. And if you never tell yourself that you're proud of yourself for that, I'm going to remind you now to start noticing your progress. Start noticing your accomplishments. Start celebrating them. And if you don't have anyone to celebrate them with, find new company, because your true friends, your true loved ones would be like, I'm so happy for you. Oh my God, that's so exciting, right? You want to share enjoyment and love with people. And like I said, if you're around those haters that are like, yeah, I can do that too, then you're not in the best company. And it's like I made a sensory bottle for one of my kids. He's autistic. And his face lit up. And the assistant director was like, that's the old so-and-so we used to have. I haven't seen him like this in a long time. And one of the other kids was like, I want one. Can you do it in blue? Well, somebody else that works at the facility saw what I had done, and this morning spent her time doing it. She didn't ask me how to do it. She assumed it was, that's easy, I can do that. By the time I'm about to leave, my kids, because I'm busy changing diapers, my kids had chewed through her lid, the glue on the outside, opened it, and it spilt everywhere. And I was like, man, now I got to clean it up. But it's somebody else going, I can do that, and just trying to step in your lane. And I didn't get mad and blow up on her, but at the same time, I wanted to go, you could have asked me how to do that. I didn't say it to her like that. Instead, I just said, oh, hey, this is what I did. So just to, I don't know, share information, I guess. And she gave me attitude and was like, okay, like, people don't like to be called out. None of us like to be called out. But the funny thing is, this woman doesn't have a problem calling everybody else out. So we still got to figure out how to approach people. And that's also being flexible and understanding how certain people are and how you're going to have to approach them. Because a lot of times it doesn't matter what you say to them, they're going to get offended. Because how dare you speak to me like that? You know, and it's okay. Don't take it to heart, because that's something that somebody else has to learn, that we're all teachers. You know, I had a little girl yesterday, she got in trouble, and we have this tree painted on the wall that has all the handprints of all the staff that works there and all the kids that have been there. So that's kind of where they go sit to reflect on their behavior. So this little girl was punching and hitting and trying to attack all her friends. And she had to come sit. So I had to talk to her. And like I asked her, do you like to be hit? No. Then why are you doing it to your friends? And I told her, I said, you do realize you're a teacher? Because I told her you have to listen to your teachers. And she's just staring at me. And I said, you do realize you're a teacher, right? And she said, I'm not a teacher. I'm a kid. And I said, I know, but we're all teachers. Like, you teach your friends how you want to be treated. You know, you don't go and hit them, right? So you're teaching them what you like. So if you go and you keep teaching them it's okay to hit, now they're going to hit you, and you just said you don't like it. So it's understanding also that we have to explain things to varying ages, you know, and it's difficult a lot of times, especially when you're working with a variety of ages. And every single day I'm having to keep switching caps. I'm having to keep like, this is how we gonna do it today, you know, and trying to get in with each child and understand their behavioral challenges and things like that. That applies to life in itself, because like I said, you might know the rules, but they change. And they don't exactly change, but there's always a spin on them. You know, it's still trying to figure out what is okay here is not okay there, because we're each different individuals. We each have been through our own trauma and pain. And with that, we each are affected by the way things are said, by the way our emotions are handled. And understand, it's not your responsibility to be in control of how somebody reacts to what you're saying or doing to them. Now, if you're going around being challenging on purpose, or you're going around just blindly saying and doing and being insensitive, then at some point you need to hold yourself accountable for how you're approaching people, because you're getting something in return that is making you upset because of how you're presenting yourself to the world. So when it comes down to it, you have to, like I said, hold yourself accountable. Understand that the product you're putting out is going to be what you're receiving in the end. Because at this point, if you've been with me long enough, then you know that what you put out is what you're going to draw back in. We're magnets. We are attracting what we want. The more we think about it on a clear level from the heart, the universe begins to go, oh, I know, I got you. You want that? All you had to do was think or say that. Just send me some vibes and I'll send it your way. But the thing is, most of us are normally in a negative, fearful, kind of feeling. So when we're sitting there thinking about, I want this, it's an ecstatic energy. So the universe is like, wait, I don't know if I heard you right. Say it again. Let me feel that again. And we're not coming from a true feeling, rather than desperation. And when you're doing it out of desperation, the universe is like, here, that? No, not that. Okay, what about that? Well, no? Oh, okay. And then you start to get frustrated because it wasn't exactly what you wanted. And when you don't get exactly what you want, you feel duped. But you can't feel that way. This is the Imaginarium, to where you're learning, oh, I need to be flexible and adjust. I have to be more clear. I have to be more grounded. I have to be more positive. It has to come from the heart. So when I am wanting, I have desires, I've got to sit down and calm myself. And when I can calm myself, even if it's the wheels on the bus go round and round, that might calm you. I don't know. It calms my babies. Just music in general. Something that soothes you. Like, I listen to a lot of frequencies in classical music because I don't always want to hear words. Excuse me. I hear words nonstop. So there's times where I'm like, sensory overload. And I think a lot of us get like this and don't realize that's what it is. You know, we chalk it up to anxiety or depression or just things that it's dis-ease, right? But that's because we have senses. And a lot of times our senses are not used effectively. Because like if you work in the office, your fingers are what are getting the majority of it. Your eyes are getting the strain, and then your brain is feeling overworked. If you work in, say, janitorial, your muscles are constantly having to carry a load, and then you're almost on autopilot because you know what needs to be done. We all have different roles that we're playing, and those affect us in a way that at some point it's like fatigue and overload and oh my God, and I can't take anymore. And it's hard because we don't get to step away from our role. We are in the role that we've placed ourselves in. We choose what kind of job we want. That comes back to manifestations. So when you're desiring something, if you want something new, you might not even have a skill set. But if you set your intentions on it and you're in a good vibe, you will attract that to you. Somebody will give you a chance. But you have to ground yourself, like I said, learn to silence your mind and learn to kind of push away the things that feel overburdening to you. Create new rules. And I always said, I know the rules, I don't break them, I bend them. And I don't know if that's an Aquarian trait, but that's kind of what I've done with my life. And everyone's like, you're so rebellious. And I'm like, no, I'm not rebellious. I just don't like being told what to do. Is that rebellious? Probably so. But either way, me being stubborn, me being rebellious, me going against the system, me having my beliefs and opening myself up to a higher channel, I'm okay. Judge me how you will. Because eventually I'll find my people that say the same thing. Bah, the black sheep. But we're not the black sheep. We're the golden fleece. We're the ones full of creativity, life, and dreams. So I don't know where my peeps is at. I see y'all kind of keep coming up, and I appreciate every one of you because I was like, I need 8 more subscribers to get to 100, and that's mind-blowing to me. Like, I love and appreciate every one of you that are going on this journey with me. And I'm glad if I'm actually inspiring you and helping you to go, okay, that makes sense to me, because I'm here to try to make things easier, you know? And one thing I never say, and I've realized I don't say this really ever, if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe, you know, because like I said, I've always looked at this as like an online journal and me just sharing things that come to me with everyone else. So I'm going to leave it on that note. And like I said, if you enjoy my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will catch up with you later. Peace, love, and light. Bye-bye.